Hey, welcome back to my channel. My name is Rebecca. On this channel, I have everything you need to support your home yoga practice. Today's tip is going to be 4 ways you can minimize wrist pain in your yoga practice. So if you're new to yoga, or you're just getting back into it, or if you just started feeling wrist pain suddenly, then this video is for you. Okay, so the first thing that you can do to help minimize wrist pain in your yoga practice is stretch your wrists throughout the day, not just when it comes to yoga practice. One of the ways I like to stretch them out is more of a massage. So hold your hand so that the fingertips kind of dig in between the 2 bones on your forearm, and just move your wrist from front to back. Okay, do that a few times. Slide your hand down. Do it again, right? You get the picture. Be sure to do both sides evenly. Okay, so that's tip number 1. Tip number 2 is you can also do things to strengthen your wrists. You can get like little squeezy balls, or those little, strength builders for your hands, little squeezy things, stuff like that to help build up the strength in your hands and your wrist. It will really, really help in your yoga practice. Tip number 3, be mindful of what you're doing with your wrists throughout the day. If you sit at a computer and you're clicking your mouse all day long, make sure to take frequent breaks, like every 45 minutes, and actually take the time to stretch them out. Stretch out your fingertips along with, with everything else. Also, make sure you're stretching your wrist this way as well. This part can get short from using the mouse. So when you stretch this part of your wrist out, it really helps in your yoga practice, even though the hand is like this on the floor. Also, you can be mindful of the way you sleep at night. If you curl your hands in like this can also shorten the wrists in this direction. So just keep the hands open as you sleep. All right, the 4th thing that you can do has to do with how you use your hands on the mat in your yoga practice. When your hands are, when your hands are on the floor, make note, look forward. When you look down, like let's say we're in down dog, when you look down at your hands, 2 things. You can either have the wrist crease parallel with the front edge of your mat, or you can have it turned out slightly. I prefer to have it turned out slightly. It takes some of the pressure off of the wrists. I like to have my index finger straight ahead if possible, or slightly past straight up. Second thing about the position of your hands is to make sure that you're distributing the weight evenly through the outer edge of your hand. So when your hand is on the floor, make sure you're pressing down all the way from the pinky, the outer edge of your hand, a little bit on the base of the palm, but mostly in the thumb of the palm and all the way through the thumb. Then you distribute the weight through the knuckles and through the fingertips. So you make almost like a suction cup. The center of your hand lifts off of the mat. This part of your wrist shouldn't really even be on the mat, or it shouldn't be like pressing into the mat. So it should mostly be the pad of your thumb and the outer edge of your hand taking most of the pressure. When you do this, so you'll find if you're here, and if you notice that this part of your hand comes up, if that's lifting up off the floor and the fingertips are kind of, soft and just resting on the mat, you're going to get sore wrist right there, tendonitis. Now, the best thing to do is to press into the outer edges of the hand, distribute the weight through the hands, and press down with your knuckles. So I'm actually pressing down in this part of the knuckles on the hands, and that way the center of my palm is lifted up off the mat, and I have very little pressure on this part of the palm or the wrist. I hope those tips help you. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, be sure to hit the like button below. Consider subscribing to my channel if you haven't already. Take care.